Hey, everyone, guess what? It's Sober Boys back again. Drew's back in the hot
snap.
seat. Drew, how's the hot seat feel?
Oh, man. It feels warm. It's a warm seat.
So Luke sat there last week.
Oh, thank you, Luke. Like I said, I listened to most of it, but not all of it.
We don't know where we are.
We don't know where we are.
But we're going to figure it out.
But he did a
right
great
now.
job. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Luke Bentley,
Thank you for filling in.
Excellent work.
But welcome back to, is this episode 21?
Episode 21.
Oh, our podcast is allowed to drink now. Better be careful, podcast. Listen to yourself before you start.
Our podcast is in college, and it's
about
almost about done with college.
Yeah, I was about to say, it can be in college for a couple of years
as
now.
long as all things go well. You were in college for a while? Or no, wait.
I was in college for a good bit.
Yeah.
What was it? I graduated when I was 23.
Some people go to college for 7 years.
Yeah. It took me a second because the first college I went to was in a college town. And
Here we go. All right, we figured it out. We did episode 16, steps 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
It was all the way on July 12th, that episode.
All right.
So we're on step 8, I suppose, in the book, which, is that where?
I think so.
6? Yeah, it's just at the bottom. So 76-ish. And Luke and I did kind of cover it last week a little bit.
Like middle of 76.
But me and Drew will just go back over it because Luke and I really did.
We're getting back into the book, y'all.
I guess that's the plan.
All the way through. Real quick, I will say the Sober Boys podcast in no way represents the views and opinions expressed by the Central Office of Alcoholics Anonymous or any other 12-step program. These views and opinions expressed by us two, Drew and Taylor and Drew, respectively, are just that, our opinions for entertainment purposes, but we also want to help the best way we can.
Mm-hmm. And that
is that.
The PSA is...
one of these days, I'll let you do the PSA.
I'm so scared, though. I don't know if I can.
I think you can.
I don't know.
I believe in you.
What if I jumble the words up and I don't get it right?
Yeah. For those of you watching on YouTube, I did comment that Taylor looks beautiful right now.
I do.
He's got a crop top. A MTV crop top with fucking lightning coming out of it, and it's exposing his tattoos, and he looks like one of those hype man wrestlers out of Arkansas, local Arkansas.
What would my name be?
I said like
the Dove. I'd be the Dove.
I said Lil Hog.
Lil Hog.
But that just makes it sound like you got a little wiener.
Little Dove Hog. The Dove Hog.
Why do you want the Dove?
I don't know. I like magicians and their mascots.
You're the one wrestler who's like, I don't want to fight. Peace.
Yeah.
You guys.
And someone hits me with a chair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to fight.
Or you're like somebody who's really into Buc-ee's.
Yeah, that would be a really good character. People love Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's is making... I mean, I went up to Ohio last week. I went up to Tennessee, did some shows. Those were fun. But on the way up to Ohio on last Friday, I did stop at a Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
and then yesterday I stopped at a Buc-ee's.
I'm just saying the way you dress looks like Buc-ee's could be your whole personality.
Buc-ee's could be my home.
Yeah. Yeah, you live in one of the really nice bathrooms.
Yeah. Buc-ee's is clean. It's the best. What have you eaten from Buc-ee's? Let's
I will say
settle a score.
I'm kind of in the minority here. I think the food that you get from Buc-ee's is fine. I think the barbecue is a wonderful presentation and experience and entertainment. They hoop and they holler and they chop all their brisket. Yeah. But I don't like the sauce that they throw it all in. There's too sweet for my taste.
Yeah.
But the beef jerky bar, not the bag beef jerky, but
I'm still listening.
It's probably like, are you gonna pee now?
No,
oh, okay. It's probably like the same beef jerky that they put in the bag, but the fact that it's exposed out there in the glass
to the elements.
It's not really exposed. It's displayed.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like it's more a special beef jerky,
like diamonds.
And they've got lemon pepper flavor beef jerky.
Is it good? I saw that, and
it
really piqued my interest.
Teriyaki flavor, like their beef jerky is second to none.
I was always getting the chopped brisket sandwich. And then the past 2 times I haven't been there, I have been there. I didn't get them because they give me heartburn.
Oh, yeah, there's that. It's
so
sweet and soggy for me.
Yeah, what I did get was, Drew, can you guess what I got?
You got a pizza roll.
No, I don't think they sell pizza rolls there.
You got a little surf and turf.
Yeah, steak. I got a T-bone steak.
Lobster, and a little caviar on the side.
Yeah.
Classic Buc-ee's.
It's a secret menu at Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Go through
they have a chicken
password.
burrito.
Okay.
And it wasn't bad. It wasn't the best thing in the world.
That's kind of like exactly the food you'll get there. It's like it's not the best thing in the world, but it's like a step above Quick Trip, and you mainly go there for the whole experience, the whole thing. You don't go to like for the cuisine.
Yeah, but I've been enough now that I'm like, I was gonna stop at a Skyline on the way back yesterday. Skyline Chili, you know what that is?
I've heard people really shitting on it.
No, they're wrong.
Everyone shits on it. I know you're from Ohio.
They're wrong about what they say.
Probably hurts.
It's delicious. I got it for my birthday one year for my birthday meal. It's hot dogs covered in chili, Cincinnati chili.
Yeah.
And then cheese and in a bun.
Yeah, the chili dogs sound okay. I think the thing that people have a problem with
is the spaghetti.
Is the sketty.
Stop it. It's
chili
delicious. It's amazing. Everyone, you're wrong about it. It's chili on spaghetti.
It's weird.
And cheese. It's really good.
I've never had it. I just said it sounds weird.
Yeah,
I'm not going to knock it until I try it. I say people have been saying.
Don't count your roosters before they roost.
Yeah.
One might be dead.
Yeah, or one might be on top of some spaghetti.
Yeah, you're eating his thing. This is my rooster.
Yeah.
No, Daryl. His name's Daryl because
he's a cool rooster.
He's the cool rooster.
He just
and by
struts.
Cool, what do we mean by cool? He just walks funny.
Yeah.
He walks good.
He walks with like
That's
little
all we meant by
pimp hitch.
his name being Daryl. We don't mean anything about Daryl the rooster. Rest in peace, Daryl. He died the way he lived.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, we're moving on. We're already rolling.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh, Drew.
Me.
Yeah, welcome back, Drew.
What'd you do to stay sober today?
Me, I prayed. That was it. Now we're doing it.
Yeah, I prayed and now we're doing it. Man, I feel like in the earlier episodes, we're really rolling. We had like a laundry list of like what we're doing.
I'm way out of my routine right now because I was in Chattanooga and Knoxville and Columbus. And
I think that's important to talk about.
Went to a wedding and I feel great.
Good.
I don't feel out of my routine.
Good.
It's not,
I'm out of my routine and I feel out of my routine.
Yeah.
And it's kind of been, I've shared it and it's good to like talk. I've talked to my sponsor about it.
Yeah.
We talked for a long time. It's good to talk to other people. I've been going to meetings and being outspoken. For a lot of the past month and a half, I felt like an AA fraud, to the point of like, I'll come on here and I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't even know what I'll say.
Yeah.
Cause I don't feel like I have a lot of wisdom to give.
Yeah.
Just cause it's, life stuff is like throw me out of my routine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anything crazy. We moved, I'll go ahead and say it now because she probably doesn't want me to say it. Anyways, and
it's up to you.
the other life stuff will be revealed later.
Yes. Big thing.
Yeah, another big thing. Anyways, that's not the point. I've had, regular life struggles and it's thrown me out of my routine and I felt like shit. But I feel like it's good to talk about how, it's okay to feel like shit and feel out of it and doesn't mean I have to like go to Buddy's or that's a gas station that I always go to and get, the 3 high gravity beers that I would normally get.
No.
So even though I feel like I've not exuded the best behavior that someone in the program
you haven't drank
could exude. I haven't drunk. I haven't drank or drunk.
Now that answer makes me think otherwise. But I just thought of a bad joke while you were saying.
I was rambling. So,
do you think you would drink high gravity beers? Do you think in space they don't get you drunk?
It just evens it all out.
See why that's an awful joke. But
well, I mean, that's a way to if you need. I think. Now I'm thinking of like Willy Wonka when they went up and when they floated up. They just needed a high gravity beer to bring them back down.
That's what Charlie and Willie should have.
Willie wasn't going up there. His dumbass grandfather was trying to get like, Charlie, let's fuck shit up. Let's drink this thing. And Charlie was like, but Mr. Wonka didn't. That's how he talked. But Mr. Wonka told us not to.
He got the factory, right? Oh, yeah. Wait, did Grandpa Charlie? What's his name?
Grandpa Joe.
Oh, Grandpa Joe.
It's a little moocher. Yeah. All these grandparents are in one bed.
My God, it looks awful. They're
2 sets of grandparents.
Squalor.
In one bed in this old house, and they're saying that they're decrepit and they can't work, and the dad's not in the scene. We don't know what happened to the dad. Maybe he died. In the book, he probably got eaten by something. Roald Dahl was a maniac.
Yeah.
But his mom's the only one working, doing old school wash stirring those clothes, singing the most god-awful song that brings the movie to a fucking halt.
Oh, God.
Anyways,
Charlie's
she's
mom.
earning that money singing those terrible songs, and the grandparents are like, I can't move. And then the second Charlie gets the golden ticket, Grandpa Joe's like,
whoopee!
I can walk, let's go.
Yeah.
And he sings the most exciting song in the movie to get the movie back going.
Yeah.
My question is, what the fuck, Grandpa Joe? You can move around and shit. You should have been working to help this family afford one more bed.
Yeah. Do you think like they were so decrepit? They didn't look that. Honestly, they were in their 60s. They weren't even that old.
Is that factual? Is that from the book?
No, but
60s or 70s.
Remembering,
I don't know. The second set that didn't talk.
Yeah.
Seemed pretty fucking old.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just talking about Grandpa Joe. He's a little sleazy con man.
Do you think they would have felt better if they would have had like a better diet or something?
Instead of like cabbage water?
Yeah, it's just as she was making
so funny.
Cabbage. Maybe like Irish.
Charlie Bucket comes home with just like some bread and they're like, we can't afford that shit.
Return that.
What are you doing?
We got cabbage water. Yeah, they were eating like Irish Depression era food.
They're never really specific on exactly what. I guess it was just like a sad English town.
Yeah. Drew, can I interest you in a liquid death or some coffee while you're sitting here?
Shit, that's really nice.
Which one would you like?
You got some coffee made?
I do. Yeah, it's just what I'm drinking.
Yeah, I want some coffee.
Right.
What type of coffee is it?
It's just I'll tell you from over there.
Is it Maxwell House?
No.
I've said this before. I work in coffee, and some people will be like, "Oh, well, you're a coffee snob." That's neither. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, well, Amazon.
It's one of them from Amazon.
It's not.
Is that your answer?
I'm not a coffee snob. I like coffee from all different spectrums, especially in AA. You've got no one wants like single origin, fancy ass coffee. Although in our men's meeting, the person who's doing Coffee Chair now is fucking killing it and is brewing single origin. And I'm looking around at these like 40, 50 guys and like they don't even know how good this coffee is, which is my point of thank you, man.
I don't know if I'd give Drew the shirt off my back, but I'd give him the rest of my coffee out of my French press.
There you go.
So
that's I mean that's the same. I don't think that shirt would fit me very well, anyways.
It would be so. I mean, you would be up to your nipples might even show. It's so short.
Anyways,
I cut it myself.
We've talked absolutely nothing.
We've royally riffed. We've royally riffed ourselves into a hole, and I don't know if we can dig ourselves out. Drew,
I think we can.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My point is, it's okay to be struggling. Keep plugging away. Keep doing the small little actions and help build on it. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
What's what do you think your short-term actions are you're going to do that are going to help you dig yourself out of
go to a meeting and call guys.
Yeah.
Pray. Do the stuff that we read about in here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, not this one. It fell out. See you later.
You're falling apart. Your book's falling apart.
My book's all tattered and falling apart. But the good news is like us, we who have a 12-step program, Alcoholics Anonymous, NA, whatever, have the kind of answers of action right in front of us.
Yeah.
And being a human being, sometimes it's hard to like get back into those actions.
Where I'm at right now is because I haven't been to a meeting since early last week because I was out of town. My sponsor did tell me to go to one while I was out of town, but I couldn't find the time. I probably could have, but I was pretty busy.
Yeah.
But right now I'm in a place where like I really don't want to drink at all. But I'm like it's also no excuse not to like go to a meetings and not call guys and.
Yeah.
Because I'm able to because when I started to feel squirrely last time and then did ultimately drink, I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to think. Oh no.
Came out of nowhere sometimes.
And I ended up drinking. It didn't help at all.
Yeah.
And maybe at least right now today I feel like I'm in a place of like that didn't solve anything in my life at all. It made it so much worse.
Yeah. My one saving grace with me struggling right now and not drinking, what's kept me from not drinking is that obsession continuing to be removed. Yeah. Of like when we talked about Docu Silkworth stuff, all that stuff of like being, so focused and, obsessed on that, or not, so focused on the craving of alcohol. That has been removed and has continued to be removed. But I've had experience where if I keep going down the path of not making meetings, not making calls, not doing the stuff that's helping me out to like help aid within the daily reprieve of this thing, then I'm going to find myself one day wanting a beer. Yeah. That's just been my experience from relapsing everything. So we're here. Yeah. We're going to go into the book. Nothing's better than heading headfirst into some good old Bill W. literature. Okay, well, we doubt you guys remember exactly where we were, so we're going to pick it up right from, I guess, step 8. Yeah, I believe step 8 would be the place we're going to go. We talked about how short 6 and 7 were, right? Yeah, we're at 8. Yeah, so we're now at 8. And short in terms of like actual 2 paragraphs in the book. So we're ready to read average and adequately through this book. Yes. Do you want to start or do I want to start? We're the best readers. I'm going to start. It's in the now. So, you start in the middle. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go, guys. Guess what? Lo and behold, we're back to the book. We said it was going to happen, and we're here now doing it. Yeah. No more FAQs. We frequently asked ourselves out of those. We frequently asked ourselves, should we start reading the book? Yeah, we should. Here we go. Now we need more action, without which we find that faith without works is dead. Let's look at steps 8 and 9 at the same time. We have a list of all persons we have harmed and to whom we are willing to make amends. We made it when we took inventory. We subjected ourselves to a drastic self-appraisal. Now we go out to our fellows and repair the damage done in the past. We attempt to sweep away the debris which has accumulated out of our effort to live on self-will and run the show ourselves. If we haven't the will to do this, we ask until it comes. Sorry, I'm crying. Remember, it was agreed at the beginning we would go to any length for victory over alcohol. Italics, so expensive. That's a pricey sentence right there. You know? Yeah. Probably there are still some misgivings as we look over the list of business acquaintances and friends. Business acquaintances. I don't have business acquaintances. And friends. Fellow comedians. Yeah. Clients. We have heard we may feel diffident about going to some of them on a spiritual basis. Let us be reassured. To some people, we need not and probably should not emphasize the spiritual feature on our first approach. So don't be like, God has relieved me of alcoholism. I'm a holy man now. And not holy in the way you think. Not church holy. Yeah, you had the regular amount of holes that everyone else does. Better kind of spiritual. We're not talking, I'm better than church. That's what I like to think. We're better than church. We're not better than church. No one is better than another. Except for, I guess, Taylor Swift is what I'm excited, She can probably sit at her throne and be like, I'm a little better than some people. Yeah. Taylor Swift, Dolly Parton, there's a few others. Tom Brady at like football. I hate that dude. Buck Owens. Who's that? Country singer. Oh. Old country singer. Oh. One of the best. Charlie Pride. Willie Nelson at staying alive and doing concerts still. He's better than most 90-year-olds. See, I have Skyline Chili over there on my... See that? Good for you. You want to try some? Not really. Why not? What's your prejudice against Skyline Chili? I don't know. I just am not in the mood for sweet-ass chili on fucking sketty. Okay. Maybe next time. Don't knock it till you try it. Drew's kind of knocking it. I am knocking it. But as long as I say don't knock it till you try it. It means I'm off the hook. No offense. That's example, no offense. Bless your heart. Yeah. Bless your heart, no offense. But fuck that shit. I hate it. No offense. Yeah. No offense at all. No offense. But all right. We might prejudice them. Oh, wow. At the moment, we are trying to put our lives in order, but this is not an end in itself. Our real purpose is to fit ourselves to be of maximum service to God and the people about us. It is seldom wise to approach an individual who still smarts from our injustice to him. Smarts. So that's what they mean. And announce that we have gone religious. In the prize ring, this would be called leading with the chin. We lay ourselves open to being branded fanatics or religious bores. Why? I meant to say why when I said that. Yeah. We may kill a future opportunity to carry a beneficial message, but our man is sure to be impressed with the sincere desire to set right the wrong. He's going to be more interested in the demonstration of goodwill than in our talk of spiritual discoveries. Yeah, that was interesting couple paragraphs. The first one's got a lot of good shit. The faith without works is dead line. You'll see that all over the book. That's kind of what we talked about earlier when we were talking about, well, how do I fix this thing? I have to get into action. I can, I have to walk the talk.
Yeah.
And so
you just swap some stuff.
You talk first and you got to walk it.
But you walk the talk.
But that's what 8 and 9 is all about. It's an action step. It's you write the list of people you fucked over.
Yeah.
And you don't only, we'll read more into this, but the amends is not just being like, sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I stole $100,000.
Wow, that's a lot. Because we said sorry before.
This is like the wrong way to do it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm better now.
Yeah. I'm living a spiritual program.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I spilled all the oil in the sea. It's BP.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Are there any big giant amends you still owe?
Not.
You got some snot on your face.
Oh shit.
There.
It's for the camera.
Yeah.
Not that I can think of that I'm like running from or anything like that.
Yeah.
There was one that popped up kind of recently that was kind of a long time ago when I crashed my car into a ditch and I was in
Make it now on the podcast. It counts.
Yeah. No, I've already made this amends.
Oh, okay.
No, this is an example. They'll pop up every now and again where I'm like, oh shoot, that's kind of bugging me. Right. I should make an amends to this person. Yeah. Well, let me finish my point of it's not just saying I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's saying I recognize the pain that I've caused, so I apologize for that. What can I do to make it better? And what can I do to make it better? The action step and the amends that makes it, or is the part of the amends that makes it the action step. And so I did that fairly like a year ago or so to one of my family members who bailed me out of jail when I was really young, when I crashed my car into a ditch. They had to put my house up, not my house, their house up for collateral because it was a double barrel action. Remember, I had the fake ID. Yeah. Styles Anthony Forte in the name.
Wait, what was it?
Styles Anthony Forte. Remember from the first or second episode?
Why did you make it that?
I thought Styles was a cool name because I was 19 years old.
Styles is not a name.
I knew a guy named that. I was like, fucking cool, bro.
Styles is
Anthony's
an attribute.
Running middle name. You just roll with it. You just, it sounds nice. And then Matt Forte was a older running back in the early 2000s, and he was on the ESPN, or they're talking about him when the dude making my fake ID was asking for my name. I was like, Forte, baby.
That's crazy.
Anyways, they had to put their house up. This family member had to put their house up. And
what does that mean?
For like collateral, like if I don't know exactly.
So they could take the house?
Yeah, they could if I like fucked up more, like did not show for court or something like that. Anyways, they had to put up more than one would have to for just a regular bailout of the drunk take because I fucked up royally. And then they had to see me with my face beat up, and this was just not a fun situation for them. And we never really talked about it. Ever again. Mm-hmm. And it kept it was never like eating at me in the front of my brain, but it just like when I was doing these steps again like a year ago, I guess a year and a half ago, I was just, my sponsor was like, you think hard, what other amends do you need to make? And that kind of came up again. And so I made the phone calls. Like, I know this is a long time ago, but we never really talked about it. I just thanked them for being there for me. Apologize for the pain that I caused them and the family, and asked if there's anything else I can do. Really simple like that. And it was, so that's an example of, it doesn't always have to be recent. As long as it's like kind of hanging around in your brain, it's probably an amends you could make. But I think it was spiritually beneficial for me, definitely, and like both of us. But yeah, man, that's it's, you have your obvious fuck ups of like if you stolen money, like have you have you had any like obvious amends of like, I fucked that dude over, I need to. Have you done 8 and 9 before?
I'm trying to think of any.
Family is usually the first go-to because they'll probably be accepting.
I mean,
if you have a pretty good relationship already, even though you're an alcoholic, my sponsor's suggestion was start with kind of like an easy one to get you rolling. don't like.
Oh well, yeah.
Don't head towards the girlfriend you cheated on as your first amends.
My current sponsor's girlfriend, who's also in the program, she told me to go make amends to this girl I had in college, and his girlfriend I had in college, and then my sponsor said, "Don't do it."
Okay, why?
Because she was about to get married.
Okay,
and he said it's bad timing.
Yeah, we'll read further and talk about why it would be in everyone's best interest to kind of hold back on amends. Yeah, making your 8 and 9 is a collaborative effort between you and your sponsor.
Yeah.
Don't try to do it yourself. I've had sponsees being like, yeah, everything's like 30 days in on that pink cloud, just feeling really good. Mm-hmm. Being like, yeah, I've already apologized to so many people. I'm like, that's not how.
Apologize. Get ready to do it again.
Yeah. You're going to have to apologize and ask, what can I do?
Yeah. You pick it up. I'm going to get a glass of water.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. This is the top of 77. We already read it. Our real purpose is to fit ourselves to be of maximum service to God and to the people about us. We just want to be. These steps help us be as usefully whole as possible. It helps us kind of, It helps us clean our side of the street. We probably heard that before.
Whenever someone says clean our side of the street, I think of a big street sweeper with a big broom.
Yeah. Get on that New York street sweeper. Yeah. People are going to move the cars out.
But mine's kind of it. Mine's always in the suburbs. Because when people say stuff to me, I kind of picture it.
Okay.
I think in pictures. How do you think?
Now that you're saying big, I don't think in pictures like automatically, but now I'm thinking of like a Zamboni.
Yeah. Oh man, when I would go to Columbus Blue Jackets games as a kid, the hockey team,
I thought they were named after an insect, but they're actually named after the northern side.
Union soldiers.
Yeah.
Thank goodness there's not a southern team. That's the
the Gray Jackets.
Yeah, I guess that's what it would be.
Stars and bars.
That'd be crazy. What would because we're
it would be Robert E. Lee as the mascot. That's awful.
Who? Yeah. Well, ours is Buzz the Bee. I forget his name, but he's a hornet. Oh, because blue jacket, like yellow jacket.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, anyways. It's like yellow jacket, which is a wasp, which is an awful animal. It serves no purpose at all.
But you went to Columbus Blue Jacket games.
And there would be Zambonis, and then I wanted to, for some reason, a dog is coming to mind. Like there's a dog driving it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was employed by Nationwide Arena.
Wait,
Nationwide Arena is called Nationwide Arena because of Nationwide Insurance.
It's on your side.
That's where the Columbus Destroyers used to play.
Is that an arena football?
Arena football,
team?
Yes.
Hey!
I would sit in a box at Bricker and Eckler because my high school wrestling coach, all growing up, was a lawyer, and he had box seats at Nationwide Arena, and I went to several Columbus Destroyers games.
All right.
It was fun.
Arena football used to be a lot bigger. I don't think they might have it. It used to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Georgia Force.
It went away.
My PE coach kicked for the Georgia Force.
That's nuts.
He taught PE during the day, and then he's like, got to go to a Georgia Force game.
Got to go play. I mean,
and they got him because he was so accurate. Because if you've ever watched arena football, the goalposts
skinny,
are like that. And he was like money.
And the field was shorter too.
Yeah, so they get sacked on the one, and he'd still kick a field goal because it was 50-yard.
Wow, yeah, it was really short.
Yeah.
And they didn't make any money playing.
Man, I miss arena football.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
Anyways, man, we are just off on one.
Can you believe it?
I can't even.
We're off the rails.
Holy shit!
Train has crashed.
Oh my god. Anyways, we want to Zamboni our side of the ice.
Yeah,
and it's okay if there's choppy, ice crystals and players fighting on the other side. That's not our business. We don't care about that.
We just push our business.
We got to get through more than 2 paragraphs. I blame myself. All right.
We talk about discoveries.
Yeah, we don't use this as an excuse for shying away from the subject of God when it will serve any good purpose. We are willing to announce our convictions with contact and common sense. The question of how to approach the man we hated will arise. I do want to say, like, it was interesting when it was like, don't be a fucking religious asshole about it. I thought that was an interesting thing that they had to enter. Don't be holier than thou.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you're working these steps, you won't be like there's no reason to be like, I've found a new path and now you must experience my own spirituality. And there's never seen anybody want to approach it like that.
Yeah.
But I guess it's good to put that in there.
I just remembered something for, I was thinking about like, what was I thinking about exactly? Something when I was in Ohio, I guess. I don't know what it was, but why you shouldn't relapse, why I shouldn't relapse, why whatever, because that for me, it would put me into like personal hell so quick. That has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, well.
But I just remembered it while you were talking.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, don't relapse, Taylor.
Like, because I'm thinking, I don't know what spurred this, but it's like, if I were to drink, it would send me just hell.
Yeah.
It won't be fun. There's no fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm imparting onto you, Drew.
Wow, thanks. I'm so glad. What a repartee we just had.
I wish I could explain what I'm thinking about sometimes, but I
Lovely
really
banter.
I just can't explain what I'm thinking sometimes.
Love the banter.
As well as I would like to.
It's okay.
So sorry, audience.
It's okay.
You get what I'm saying.
We're moving on. I'm going to continue to read. The question of how to approach the man we hated will arise. It may be he has done us more harm than we have done him, and though we may have acquired a better attitude toward him, we are still not too keen about admitting our faults. Nevertheless, with a person we dislike, we take the bit in our teeth. It is harder to go to an enemy than to a friend, but we find it much more beneficial to us. We go to him in a helpful and forgiving spirit, confessing our former ill feeling and expressing our regret. So that's what I said. It's harder to do the hard amends. That's why you start with the easy one with your family first. Under no condition do we criticize such a person or argue.
Do you think like anyone's ever made an amends to their dog?
Maybe just treat them better and stuff. I've heard stories where dude's like, when I was fucked up, I completely neglected him and he was like not taken care of well at all. And I felt horribly. So the way you make an amends is a living amends by just, throwing treats and taking care of him.
If I owed an amends to a dog, I would verbally give him one.
Oh, yeah.
I would
that makes it more fun.
Yeah. Pretend like he knows what you're saying.
Record it.
Yeah. And then when he's bad...
Should we find a dog and you make an amends to him on the podcast next time?
For fun, Bring one of the dogs you watch.
Sorry I dressed you up as Loki from the Avengers and tried to attack you when I was dressed as Captain America. It was for TikTok, but you didn't know you were in the video. And I'm really sorry that I, embarrassed you like that.
Dude, in your amends, do you say, I'm sorry for the way I behaved? Because my first sponsor ever in Ohio, he would say, like, don't say you're sorry. You're not saying you're sorry. But then it seems like...
Well, how would you go about doing it?
Right, exactly. But my first sponsor in Ohio was, he lived on, he only went to one meeting a week. He was like, I only need to go to one meeting a week.
Good for him.
And
whatever works.
Looking back on it, I was like, I don't know if this is the sponsor I want to have now.
Yeah. Well, you needed somebody, and he was there.
Yeah, he's my first sponsor ever.
I would say it's kind of hard not to apologize on your amends. Like I said, it's not just an apology, but it's recognizing your own faults. And the easiest way to recognize that you were in the wrong is to say, I apologize.
I'm sorry for the way I behaved.
Yeah.
The way I behaved was wrong.
Yeah.
And it wasn't fair of me to behave that way. So can you please forgive my behavior? What can I do?
All right, I'm going to keep reading. Under no condition do we criticize such a person or argue. Simply we tell them that we will never get over drinking until we have done our utmost to straighten the past. So I guess that's what you say. It's like, I'm an alcoholic and I will never give up drinking fully if I don't straighten out the past. This was the past, time to straighten it out. I guess that's technically not an apology. There you go. Back to the book. We are there to sweep off our side of the street, realizing that nothing worthwhile can be accomplished until we do so, never trying to tell him or her what we should do. His faults are not discussed, we stick on our own. If our manner is calm, frank, and open, we will be gratified with the result. In 9 cases out of the 10, the unexpected happens. Sometimes the man we are calling upon admits his own fault. That's pretty cool. So feuds of years standing melt away in an hour. Rarely do we fail to make satisfactory progress.
Tuna melt away.
Yep. Our former enemies sometimes praise what we are doing and wish us well. Occasionally, they will offer assistance. That's then the part of like, what can I do to make it better? And they might give If it's a financial thing, you can set up a payment plan to pay them back. If it's you just help me around the house
with interest,
yeah,
or without.
It'll surprise you without interest.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah. Back to the book. Finish this paragraph. It should not matter, however, if someone does throw us out of his office. We have made our demonstration, done our part. It's water over the dam. So that's what I said. It's our side. The whole street, the whole ice, the whole whatever metaphor you want to use.
Yeah.
Does not have to be completely cleaned as long as our side is.
So why do you think Bill decided to say it's water over the dam instead of it's water under the bridge?
They don't want to seem so cliche.
Yeah.
You know, it's birds over the trees.
It's power lines with crows on them.
Mm-hmm. It's
all is as it should be. That's what he's trying to say, right? Everything is back.
It's soup already slurped.
Order has been restored. It's
balance to the force.
It's an ice tray full of frozen ice.
Yeah.
You can put in your drinks now.
The cake's already baked. I don't know. We're really losing it now.
The cake is baked.
What was I trying to say? I love the 9 times out of 10 it goes unexpectedly well.
Yeah.
I want to see that one time.
I've never had it gone bad.
I really haven't had it.
Even for ones, man, I had stolen something from someone in college, and I basically did a quiet leaving of the fraternity I was in because it was from one of my fraternity brothers. And I made amends for that, and they were like, "Oh, it's fine." But it didn't feel fine because word got around the fraternity, and I felt like a real big piece of shit. Mm-hmm. My junior and senior, not so much my senior year because I didn't really go around, but my junior year I was like, just not allowed around, and that wasn't fun. Those friends, at least.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. It's a box of chocolates. You never know what's gonna happen until you do it. But like I said, most of the time it's pretty A-okay.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fear that goes around this step, especially when you are a newcomer coming in and you're reading these steps and you're like, that seems fine. Okay, 4 and 5 seems like homework, but okay. But I got to confront people. It seems like you got to confront people, but no, you're just kind of clearing out your spiritual arteries, if you will.
Right.
Yeah. You're flushing that shit down so you can be as much a help to other people as possible.
Yeah.
You don't want anything else being like, man, I'm doing really well, though. Fuck that guy over.
Yeah.
You don't want that keep coming up on you.
Yeah.
Do you want to continue with the talking?
Here we go.
The reading.
Back to it. Where were we?
Most alcoholics.
It's water the dam. Most alcoholics owe money. We do not dodge our creditors, telling them what we are trying to do. We make no bones about our drinking. No bones. The bones are their money. We make
worms
no bones.
are also their dollars.
Yeah. We make no bones about our drinking. They usually know it anyway. Whether we think so or not, nor are we afraid of disclosing our alcoholism on the theory it may cause financial harm. Approached in this way, the most ruthless creditor will sometimes surprise us. Or like a party?
Yeah. Surprise! You owe no money. There's a clown in my closet. That is surprising, creditor.
Shout out Park National Bank.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I was picturing in that scenario. Is Park National Bank.
I'm so glad. Just keep explaining the weird photo. I don't have a photographic memory, but everything that I see are pictures.
No, actually, I was picturing like in an office. It was an office party, and that was the surprise.
I was picturing a clown being secretive in a creditor's office in like his closet, and just doing business, and like I have a surprise for you, and then the clown opens up, and you're like, that is surprising.
Yeah. Do you think there's ever been a surprise party where the person that got surprised had a heart attack?
Yeah, I was a Curb Your Enthusiasm plot point.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Dang. I like the plot point where he can't give anyone the $50 bill because it's sweaty.
Because it's stinky and sweaty. Yeah. Great show.
I've only watched a little bit of it, but approach in this way. The most ruthless creditor will sometimes surprise us with a clown in an office. Arranging the best deal we can, we let these people know. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's my ice maker.
You got a ghost in your ice machine.
I got a clown in an office in my ice maker.
Shit.
Our drinking has made us slow to pay.
Wait, no, you missed the really important part.
Okay.
Read from arranging.
Arranging the best deal we can. We let these people know we are sorry.
Take that, your first sponsor.
Yeah, I am sorry.
It says it in the book. Bill Dubb tells us to say we're sorry as part of the amends, baby.
Once again, I am sorry. Our drinking has made us slow to pay. We must lose our fear of creditors no matter how far we have to go, for we are liable to drink if we are afraid to face them.
It's right there. If it's just eating at us, then yeah, that's in our head. I have to pay this. Sometimes I'm going to do, instead of the action step, I want to run away and maybe a drink sounds good. That helps me escape me thinking that I have to pay this person.
Yeah. Perhaps we have committed a criminal offense which might land us in jail if it were known to the authorities. We may be short in our accounts and unable to make good. We have already admitted this in confidence to another person, but we are sure we would be imprisoned or lose our job if it were known. Maybe it's only a party offense. A petty offense. It's a party offense.
Petty offenses are party offenses, you know? Just partying too hard. A little petty action going on.
Yeah. Maybe it's only a petty offense such as padding the expense account. Most of us have done that sort of thing. Maybe we are divorced and have remarried but haven't kept up the alimony to number one.
You son of a bitch.
She's indignant about it. What does indignant mean? Upset?
Yeah. Insistent.
And as a warrant out for our arrest. That's a common form of trouble too. Is alimony, it's just the court was like, you got to pay her money. Alimony is just like
child support without child support.
And that
feeling or showing anger or annoyance at what is perceived as an unfair treatment.
And if you get
that's indignant.
And if you, what was it?
Feeling anger at an unfair treatment.
And if you get a prenup, that you don't have to then pay alimony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you go.
But alimony is basically
it's like child support without the child.
Because you got accustomed to a lifestyle.
I guess.
I don't get it. Well, it's because is it to sometimes protect a person who like was married to a rich person and they haven't had a job for a while? Is that the point of it?
Financial support that a person is ordered by a court to give to their spouse during separation or following a divorce.
Yeah. But how long do you have to give alimony?
It depends on the situation. Anyways, I think it's important to like point out that we don't want you to make an amends to where you admit to a crime that will take you to jail for years.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you can't really be of service to anybody.
Yeah. And those amends can be made. That's something you discuss with your sponsor.
Yeah. So that's where you kind of get creative. You can make like a donation to something or other. Like if you
volunteer.
Yeah, volunteer. My sponsor had one where he stole something from Sam's Club a bunch, and he just got a Sam's Club card and was a member of Sam's Club for a few years. Yeah. The amount that he stole, basically, and that was like the creative way. Yeah. Of how he paid it back.
My sponsor just stole a bunch of stuff from Dillard's, so he just took like $1,000 and gave it to. He took it to Dillard's and then dropped it off.
Yeah, that is a way to do it. like I said, I had a situation where I was in my first college and I was, high on acid and drunk.
Let's go.
And I was trying to get into different cars, and I got into one car and I took a baseball bat that was already in the car and smashed a window.
Yeah.
And then I turned over a bunch of like motorcycles and scooters and just caused a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I don't know. My parents listen to this. I don't know if they even know that I did that, but I was pretty fucked up. And that is something that you kind of have to get creative.
Yeah.
One, don't ever do that again. That's part of the amendments.
Yeah.
But there's no like entity. Like I don't know whose car that I
apologize to all the cars you see.
Yeah.
I won't hurt you.
I don't know whose car I smashed.
Yeah.
I feel fucking terrible about it. I was also really fucked up, and but if I go to the like authorities, I don't think they'll be like, there's not much we can do.
Also, they can't do anything.
No. Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
So you have to get creative with some of this stuff.
I don't know how many people you know, but they'll not gloat, but they'll be like, yeah, I steal stuff from Walmart or Target, et cetera, all the time. I'm like, I can't do that. I
didn't realize how easy it was to do that until I saw like TikTok videos of people just running away from insecurity and they can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, but it's comedian friends of mine will say that they steal stuff from there all the time, and I'm like, that's fine if you do that. I can't.
Yeah, you'll find that once you're in this
it's a bad thing.
In this program, you'll never be feel like a full participant in the program if you continue to indulge in said character defects as dishonesty and theft.
Yeah. One time at Walmart, I wanted to see. I got a new hat for work. This was like 2-3 years ago. But I got a new hat for work, and it didn't have a barcode on it. I was like, I'm gonna see if I can actually pretend to scan this and walk out, and I was able to super easily. But then I went to a meeting the next day. I was like, yeah, I did this, and they were like, you need to go pay for that hat. Yeah. And so I just dropped like $20 off at Walmart. Just dropped it off the stand with a note that said, sorry, I took this. I'm paying for it.
Get really send secret notes. Yeah, your conscience gets pretty strong. Yeah. I was in like a toy store type thing, like a eclectic toy store, and I was like hanging out with some friends. Yeah. This is
flash forward to next week, we're both in jail.
Yeah. 6 months ago, and we're just talking. I was like, there's like a puppet, and we're like having fun with the puppet or whatever, and walked out with it in my hand. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. But here's the thing. I just walked back and put it back. Yeah. I don't have to walk back and be like, I have stolen this hand puppet, and I'm here to give it back to you. I think that's maybe a point that they're making of like, don't be holier than thou. Yeah. Just be a normal dude about it. Don't be like, don't be performative.
I'm being good. Look how good I'm being. Aren't I being good?
There's no reason to be performative.
Yeah, even though part of you wants to get acknowledgement for your
good job.
Good boy.
I just steal stuff to bring it back, baby. Yeah. That's how I get my dopamine fix. I steal stuff to be like, I didn't realize I stole this giant TV from Best Buy. I thought I found it in my pocket. Yeah. Here's your TV back. Yeah. My bad.
There are elaborate schemes of people that steal stuff from like Best Buy or my grand sponsor was saying like, back in the day, whenever that was, they would switch.
I think it was like back in the day. That's what it was.
Yeah, they would, before it wasn't. It was some time ago.
Yeah,
and they would
in the day.
Yeah, not back in the night. They would switch out the SKU, like the SKU numbers, on like expensive tools for cheaper ones, and they would just steal a bunch of really nice drills. But now they lock all that stuff up.
Yeah. You got to create like you can steal cheap ass Walmart stuff very easily, but
I don't know how they stole from Home Depot like that. I saw someone running out of Home Depot once with a bunch of stuff.
Here you go. If you get out of there quick enough, you can, make a run for it, I guess.
People were chasing them, so.
But yeah, they're not working a very good program if they're running away from Home Depot.
No.
All right, let's continue a little bit more. Okay. Where did we leave off? I don't even remember.
Usually other people are involved.
Perhaps we've committed a criminal offense. We've already read that, right? Although these reparations take innumerable... Here we go. Top 79. Although these reparations take innumerable forms, there are some general principles which we find guiding. Reminding ourselves that we have decided to go to any lengths to find a spiritual experience, we ask that we be given strength and direction to do the right thing, no matter what the personal consequences may be. We may lose our position or reputation or face jail, but we are willing. We have to be. We must not shrink at anything.
No shrinking.
Still, you don't have to go to jail for 5 years. There's ways you can get creative. Usually, however, other people are involved. Therefore, we are not to be hasty and foolish. We're not to be hasty and foolish martyr who would needlessly sacrifice others to save himself from the alcoholic pit. A man we know had remarried. Because of resentment and drinking, he had not paid alimony to his first wife. She was furious. She went to the court and got an order for his arrest. He had commenced our way of life and secured a position and was getting his head above water. It would have been impressive heroics if he had walked up to the judge and said, "Here I am." We thought he ought to be willing to do that if necessary, but if he were in jail, he could provide nothing for either family. There we go. That was our point we're trying to make.
Yeah.
We suggested he write his first wife admitting his faults and asking forgiveness. He did, and also sent a small amount of money. He told her that he would try to do what he would try to do in the future. He said he was perfectly willing to go to jail if she insisted. Of course, she did not, and the whole situation has long since been adjusted. There you go. That's how you get creative, and you don't have to go to jail for a long time. Before taking drastic action, which might implicate other people, we secure their consent. If we have obtained permission, have consulted with others, asked God to help, and the drastic step is indicated, we must not shrink.
No more shrinking. Two times it said don't shrink.
Don't shrink.
Don't shrink. You can't shrink at anything.
What do I freaking look like? Freaking Ant-Man over here?
How can you be useful if you all shrunk down?
I ain't got nobody. I ain't going to the shrunken verse like Ant-Man over here.
This is Todd. He got shrunk. Now he can't be useful.
Yeah, can't be useful. That's Todd. He didn't make his amends right. Now he's all shrunk and he lives
down.
he's like an Indian in a cupboard.
He had the wrong idea about getting shrunk down.
It's an action figure until you put him in the magic cupboard, and then he comes to life, but he's still little.
Give him a cookie after midnight. He grows up real big, but I don't want to. I kind of like him small.
That's the rules of Todd.
I put him in here. Todd, you doing all right? You'll get out of there someday.
Anyway, so that's a normal thing that we're talking about.
Yeah, that's why you gotta like listen to your sponsor.
And avoid Indian in the cupboard syndrome.
Yeah, that's a book
And a movie.
In a movie, I never saw the movie. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a movie where Robin Williams played the Native American fella.
No. Oh.
I forget.
Small little Indian.
Yo, that's not a bad Robin Williams.
Feathers not. Yeah. No, just the beginning. Feathers not dots.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's what Robin Williams would have in the 90s would have done.
Yeah. It would have been fine in the 90s.
I remember very little of Indian in the Cupboard, but I remember him putting more action figures in it, and one was a cowboy.
Yeah.
And he'd undo it, and he had like little BBs. I hate that Indian.
Is that what's the book about? I never read it.
It's about a little action figure Indian. And you put him in the magic cupboard, and you close it, and you open it, and the little action figure comes to life.
Oh, so what?
That was my whole bit.
Wait, is that really what happened?
Yeah.
But what happened in the movie?
Same thing.
Well, it's just a movie.
Right? It's a pretty accurate adaptation of the book.
That's good. You know what? Adaptation is pretty much just like the movie for the most part. The book. Sorry. Fight Club. Just didn't even...
Oh, which adaptation? I thought you said adaptation like the movie adaptation, which is a movie about adapting. The act of adaptation.
No, I just
we gone, baby. We gone. It's over. Anyways, bye forever.
No, what I said, I don't know if you caught what I said. I said, you know what movie, adaptation is a lot like the movie. The book. I didn't say anything specific. I just. That's really funny to me. Fight Club, the film adaptation of the book, Fight Club, is pretty much like the book.
Yeah.
Movie, like the book.
Shout out to everybody, all the young college kids who are having that Fight Club in the dorm room. Brad Pitt
is in the movie.
Helena Bonham Carter. Edward Norton. So good.
It's a good movie. It's a great movie.
What was I going to say? One of my favorite Office jokes ever involves movie adaptations. He's like, do you mind if this is from the episode Secretary's Day, when he's driving Aaron to lunch, and he says, do you mind if I listen to my book on tape?
Yeah.
It's the adaptation of Precious, a movie based on the book by Sapphire.
Wow.
Two adaptations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wait.
You could just be listening to
the original
to Push.
Wait, what is the movie Precious?
It's based on a book by Sapphire, but he's listening to a book on tape. Is the adaptation of the movie Precious based on a book by Sapphire?
Is that a real thing?
No, that's the joke. It's so good.
That's funny.
It's my favorite. One of my favorite Office.
Which
jokes.
Characters are they? Who's in the car?
Have you ever seen The Office?
Yeah, but I forget which characters are in the car.
I
watched it one time all the way through.
Michael and Aaron, they're going to lunch together.
Gotcha. I've only watched it once.
That's okay.
Through. I didn't even, after Michael left, I didn't even finish it.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
Well, shall we continue? How much time we got?
We're at 53 minutes and 28 seconds.
All right, let's read a couple more paragraphs and we'll wrap it up.
How's that sound? We'll call her quits.
Yep.
Hey, quits.
Ooh, quits is a leggy one.
Hey, quits.
Sorry. That's bad.
But she is leggy. She also has a torso and arms and a whole head and brain, Drew. She's not just the legs.
Pick it on up with This Brings.
Okay, where were we?
This brings to mind.
This brings to mind a story about one of our friends. While drinking, he accepted a sum of money from a bitterly hated business rival. Yeah. So my question there is, why did did the bitterly hated business rival not know he was bitterly hated by the friend?
I guess so. Hey, bud, here's the money. Okay. I guess I'll take it. Hate you.
You're going to regret this.
I guess I'll take your money.
He accepted a sum of money from a bitterly hated business rival, giving him no receipt for it. He subsequently denied having received the money and used the incident as a basis for discrediting the man. He thus used his own wrongdoing as a means of destroying the reputation of another. In fact, his rival was ruined. Are there people out there that just want to ruin other people's lives?
Oh, yeah,
Have you
plenty.
met anybody?
I think more in there's more revelry and something bad happened to that person.
I think it's easier with phones and the internet and the phone book and stuff. I think it's really easy to find those people out.
Yeah.
Those people get brought to justice a lot faster.
There's a lot less secret sabotage in the world.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's continue the sabotage story.
He felt that he had done a wrong he could not possibly make right. If he opened that old affair, he was afraid it would destroy the reputation of his partner, disgrace his family, and take away his means of livelihood. What right had he to involve those dependent upon him? How could he possibly make a public statement exonerating his rival? After consulting with his wife and partner, he came to the conclusion that it was better to take those risks than to stand before his creator guilty of such ruinous slander. He saw that he had to place the outcome in God's hands or he would soon start drinking again, and all would be lost anyhow. Aww. He attended church for the first time in many years. After the sermon, he quietly got up and made an explanation. His action met widespread approval, and today he's one of the most trusted citizens of his town. This all happened years ago.
That would be kind of strange if you're at church and you're like, can I have everyone's attention, please?
I have a confession to make.
I fucked over a business partner and I owe it a lot of money. May God have mercy on my soul.
Yeah!
Really? For me?
Good job.
I get what they're saying.
Yeah.
There will always be fears in this step. But the nice thing is there's no way that you can do this all by yourself, and there's no reason that you have to do this all by yourself.
I like the alternative version. If you ever read the alternative big book, it has alternative endings and stuff.
Yeah.
And in this one, he just gets struck by lightning.
Yeah.
When he admits it.
That's I like that one. That has a lot of good alternative music. Where are you?
And I'm so sorry. That's the amends song.
Yeah. And I'm so sorry. Yeah, that would be interesting to see someone. So you don't have to admit your wrongdoings in a crowded church.
Yeah, I would not recommend that at all.
No, that would be weird. But you can talk about the struggles that you're having in a crowded meeting.
Yeah.
And you should discuss whatever amends you're about to make with your sponsor and with another person in the program if you want. And that's the nice resources that we have. And I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good impression. Blink-182. Tom DeLonge?
I believe so.
That's the singer?
Yeah.
Believes in aliens now.
Well, he should. Don't we have aliens now?
Definitely, but we're worried about Hawaii and the Ukraine
and the Ukraine.
Oh man, my friend
and
Luke Bentley.
Mitch McConnell freezing up.
That is definitely something to be like.
He did it again today.
Again?
Yeah.
He should not be working. Why are so many of our politicians?
It's a geriocracy.
They're so old.
It's a geriocracy.
Well,
we don't really talk about politics, but it's pretty funny.
This isn't a stance, Democrat or Republican. This is just an observation.
There are old Democrats. There are old Republicans. There are old independents.
They're also old. It's so bad. There's that one lady who just signed over all
Nobody
her
wants
rights.
to do it, I think.
No.
Young person's like, psh, that government? Hell no.
I want to get TikTok famous. I don't have time to run for politician. Everyone wants to. The problem with today's youth is they all want to be TikTok famous, and no one wants to. No one wants to run the country.
I want to be TikTok famous, not vote for fucking bills on the House floor.
Did you see the last Drunk Uncle? That came out like last Halloween.
Maybe I don't know.
Really good.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah,
man.
He's my favorite character.
He was a bit of.
He's a star.
He was a star on there, and there are some SNL performers that do so well on SNL and just are the glue.
Yeah.
And then outside, they just can't find it.
He's still doing stuff, but he's not famous.
Yeah, no, but not even that. They just can't find comedic success or
it's
in
weird.
any other facet of
Bob
entertainment.
Moynihan was my favorite person to watch.
Chris Katana is another one. He was a dynamo on that show.
Yeah.
And
he also got really hurt.
Yeah.
He broke his back. or his neck or something, and then he got addicted to painkillers, and he was on a podcast talking about it. He got fucked up on the show.
Have you heard him recently? He's awkward as fuck.
Because he was addicted to drugs.
Interesting.
Because he got really fucked up. He was doing some sketches, that monkey character or whatever.
Yeah. Who are some recently? Beck Bennett. What's he doing? He was the glue to that show.
He made millions of dollars from doing those AT&T commercials. So
that was before SNL.
Right. And then so he doesn't really need to work.
I'm not saying whether anybody makes any money. Maybe I'm just saying there's some SNL stalwarts that do so well on that show and then they disappear forever.
Kenan Thompson? Maybe that's why he doesn't want to leave.
He's talked about that before.
Because he's afraid nothing.
Man, this has become an SNL podcast.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
We're at the end here.
Yeah. Where he's like, it's a environment that I'm very comfortable with exploring, and I don't really feel like
He also gets paid.
He does a bunch of commercials too.
I also looked at the longer you're at SNL, you get paid more each year. He's getting millions of dollars per year to be there. So it's like, why would I ever leave this gig?
SNL is such a fascinating.
He's great on the show.
Institution.
Yeah.
I watch because I love sketch. I've always have. All sorts of sketch shows and stuff.
Sober Boys sketch videos coming through.
Sketch videos coming every Friday.
No. Did I tell you I saw that guy at the Earl? Connor O'Malley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with Clark.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
We can talk about that later. It's boring everybody right now. Anyone's.
Anyone's.
I'm just gonna say that in public and see if anybody laugh. Anyone's
in a meeting when you're sharing.
Is he okay? Anyone's. Anyways.
Yeah.
So happy to be back.
Yeah.
We read some fucking shit. Where did we leave off?
We left off at
80. At the bottom of 80. Yeah, yep. Bottom of 80. That's what we'll pick up next week.
Drew's back in action,
and we're going to continue into action.
I don't foresee Drew moving anytime soon or anything ever making him miss an episode ever again. But our guest episodes have been true hits.
I love the guest episodes. Once we'll include more people. We might have like a
tripod episode here soon. I'm gonna interview Richie Dick Satori for a.
That sounds like a fake person. It sounds like you're trying to make a name up.
I know he goes by two different names.
Oh, okay. But it sounds like you're under pressure and like, who are you with? It's
I'm gonna be
Richie Dicky.
September. This is for all our Atlanta listeners, which are most to use. It's gonna be September.
Fucking lived in Atlanta all my life with you.
September. What is it? September 22nd. No, September 9th. No, September.
This is a really exciting 17th. End to this podcast.
Here it is. September 17th. It's called Stand Up for Recovery. It wasn't the Punchline last time. And this time, I don't know where it's going to be. But we will plug it next week. So get ready for that. Drew and I also exciting. We might be doing a live podcast in October.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the heck we're going to do that. I don't think we can read the book live. I don't think we're allowed to do that. Or maybe we are, but
it would just be a.
We will discuss.
We might do a frequently asked questions by the audience.
It just feels weird at the level we're at, which is like we're just doing this for fun right now. It's like it feels so weird for someone to ask us to do a live podcast.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have
we'll
like
throw
a
some
big
questions
audience.
In a bucket and pull from the bucket.
Yeah, and then so if you're looking for something to do, it's going to be ATL Live. It's a comedy festival. It's going to be in October.
Probably should have written this down.
And there's going to be a like recovery focus. Like our podcast is going to be a part of like a recovery section of the
recovery
festival.
Block.
The recovery block.
Yeah.
So all things fun coming down the pipe.
All things fun coming down the pipe. Title of your sex tape. There you go.
So once again, once and for all, this has been another rendition of Sober Boys podcast.
We really stuck the landing with the ending of this podcast. Thanks so much. See you next week.
Thank you so much. I'm Taylor.
I'm Drew.
Alcoholics for life.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you so much.
Mwah.